What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of SGDS Same Goals, Different Struggles. I am your host, AJ, and we got a special edition today. I got my mentor, father figure, boxing coach. Man, I could go on for days, man. The Robert Lewis. What's up, coach?
What up? What up?
How
I know
you
you
doing
keep
today,
it free.
man?
I'm good. You keeping it free, man?
Hey, man. Shout out to my coach, brand two, black on free, with a very, good message. I'm Matter of fact, before we get started, would you like to talk about your brand?
I have a brand called Free. Fighting racism equals equality. Now, all we talking about is just fighting within yourself, become a better person. And if you do that, racism will surpass and things around you will pass. We have to elevate ourselves. We have to elevate ourselves out of this hatred and stuff. And then, more people do it. Whites, they do it. Everybody educate themselves. How can racism stand if we all come together? So that's what the brand is about. I don't educate people, but I'm trying to point you towards your education. And why not look good while you're doing it? You feel me?
Nah, I respect that. No, I respect that. So look, today we got a special episode today. Black fathers not in the home. So, this was a topic that, me and my coach, we always talking about, but this was his idea. So I'm gonna ask a few questions today that I like to, get your opinion on today, man, because you are a great father figure. I know a lot of, just off what you've done for me alone and off what I've seen you and your wife have done in your situations. Um, you're a great man to have this conversation with.
I appreciate it, brother.
All right, so let's get started. Which one? So let's start with the first one. Black man's not in the home in the house. How do you feel about that?
Oh, well, they're not. And not only, and you know me, how I am. It's not only black men, but we talking about black men. But yeah, they're not in the home, and they are in the home. Depends on where you go. So a lot of people be bashing them that, but they're not in the homes. But a lot of them are in the homes. A lot of them are in the homes.
So, and that's the thing. Like, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, it's shocking. Cause what I know what you're saying a lot of fathers in the home. You're not even just talking about now. You're talking about back then.
Right.
So from my point of view of growing up, we didn't see that growing up where I'm from, but you did when we had this talk. You grew up around a lot of fathers that were in the home.
Okay, I'm gonna speak on that. Now, I think we was talking the other day, and we was talking about it. And you was talking about how a lot of females don't want to date men that hadn't had a father in the home. But I guess I get it, and I guess I don't. I don't know. But when I grew up, my father was not in my home. The person across the street, they didn't have a father. The person to the left side over there, they had a father, and on around they had a father. It was people's, it was fathers in the home, and there was fathers not in the home, and so sometimes people look down on the kids that didn't have no father figure in the homes. But when I look back at the way I grew up, some of the people that did have families in the home, I mean, fathers in the home, they were horrible people. It was horrible people. And but you take some of the kids that didn't have no father in the homes, they were good people. But now you did have some peoples in the home that was good people. So it's good and bad. So just because you don't have a father in your home, that don't mean that you're gonna be a bad person. Now, personally myself, I didn't have a father in my home. And I was real dark skinned. We came from a poor family, and everybody treated us bad, especially me because I was the darkest in my family, probably the darkest in the neighborhood. So I got treated really bad a lot. But I grew up with thick skin, so it was okay. I had it bad from the black side and the white side. Nobody wanted me around their kids because of my skin color. Especially, I had one guy. His parents didn't want me around him. Because of my skin color. I was not gonna be this. I was not gonna be that. You need to stay away from around that nigga. He dark skinned, he ain't gonna be shit. Yada, that kind of stuff to a little kid. And I heard all this stuff, but the same people I'm speaking about, they kids ain't nothing. I had a pretty great career, so that's for, and it's getting even better and better. But a lot of people in my neighborhood, man, it's like And not even not in my neighborhood, Jay. You can go to another neighborhood next to my neighborhood, and you can go to another neighborhood next to that neighborhood, and the far a little far away from my neighborhood that where we used to hang out at. And it's always them families, man. You always have a mother and father, and that family have kids that not worth nothing, and they have kids that's not, and that's good kids. And then you have a father, you have a kid. I mean, you have a family that just have a mama, and you have bad kids, and then you have good kids. So it just depends on the mindset of the kid and the parent. You know, it's all about mindset. I don't care where you go. I don't care how many people you got in the household, because you can have a bunch of jokers in the household, and their mindset can be on a certain level. The kid mindset ain't on that same level. You know, and it might be because there's certain people they hang around. I get that too. And it's all about that mindset, man. Take for you, for instance, man, like you, I always take my hat off to you. You're a wonderful father. You got 3 kids, and you young with it. And I remember when I told you, don't, if you want to do this boxing thing, don't have no kids, man. Don't have no kids. You're like, yeah, coach, but you end up having a kid. Then you had another kid, and I was sick. Then you had another kid. I said, oh my God. But after all that, man, I take my hat off to you. If I come back, I want to come back to a father like you. That's real talk. Because you doing your thing, you taking care of your kids. You by yourself, you taking care of your kids. You got 3 kids. How many young men? I don't know many. I'm not saying it's not. So y'all don't be tripping. And I'm sure it is, but I'm not saying it's not. I'm only giving you my version, not nobody else's version. I'm giving you my version of what I seen, not somebody else, what somebody told me. I'm just giving you my version of what I seen, and you're a great father, man. And you see that in some neighborhoods. When I grew up, my neighborhood, the fathers worked, they worked a lot, and they was not really into that kid life. So they stayed in the household, but they was not doing anything with the kids. And probably it's happening today too. I don't see a lot of fathers. Now I have one friend of mine. I have a couple friend of mine, and his mom and dad was together until his both of them just passed now. His mom passed about 4 or 5 years ago. His dad passed a couple years ago, and they had an excellent relationship. And they had great kids, but they had one kid that was a dope fiend, But the other 3 kids was great. But he just, I don't know what happened. He went a certain way. He let the neighborhood get to him, and he was a dope fiend, and he died. He was in a bad situation. So it depends. I think it really depends on where you brought up at. Even so, man, I'm going to talk about a little racism a little bit. Even if you see these white kids that's real racist and stuff, you can't really get mad at the kids because it's indoctrinated in them day in and day out and day in and day out.
They was raised that way.
Yeah, they don't know no better. So it's so hard for them to change. That's why I say education, man. If we could just go within, and some of them come out, and some of them, change. Some of them don't. Some of them it's hard to change. But you see some that been really bad with this racist thing, but they come out of it. They come out of the spell, man. They don't really be angry. They just be so upset and so ashamed, But you can't get mad at your parents from trying to show you the way that that they think is right for you. Stay away from the blacks. I didn't grow up with blacks. Stay away from the white. Don't you be around the whites. Don't listen. Don't be dealing with the white girls. And I grew up in that era. You know what I mean? I grew up in a racist area. You know.
That racist area, but see, the thing that you shot me was you receive more race from your own than even white. Because I thought it was really, when you say always say race, I thought it was coming from the whites. It was coming from your own.
Man, my own was used to tear me up. And then it's like when the older women that was light skinned hated me. I didn't do nothing but look dark skinned, But when I would walk up on them, I would, hey, how you doing? They would, hey, hi. And as soon as I leave, I can't stand that black mother. And I hear all of this. I used to hide on the side of the house, man. And I just listen to them just rant about me. And I'm trying to figure out, what did I do so bad? What did I do so bad? And then, I had this thing where when I was really young and I heard the stuff, that it really bothered me. Because I used to go behind the house, and my grandma house, and you can go around the back, and it had a little corner, and it had a door to go under the house. But I would go in the corner where I didn't think nobody could see me and cry like a baby. Cry like a baby because I'm trying to figure out
Trying to fit
why
in.
why did God give me this skin when these white boys at school that I go to, they're so fine. You know, these jokers around me in my neighborhood, they are fine. But why did you give me this dark skin? I mean, why do you do me like this? And I couldn't figure that out, man. I used to cry like a baby because I'm trying to figure out, why did you put me in this situation? Why did you put me in this situation? Because I'm in a no-win situation. And then I'm a kid and I'm dealing with this, 7 or 8 years old, 6, 7, 8 years old. I'm trying to deal with this monster. But then when I come out, dry my face off, I'm good. My mom, like, you know, when I go back to her, she's like, what's wrong? What you crying? Oh, nothing. Because I'm a big boy. I'm the oldest. I'm a big boy. You know, I had all that on my shoulders. I would never tell her that, you know, because she had enough. You know, a lot of times I didn't bother my mother with stuff like that because she had enough, man. She was a single parent. Me bringing her some stuff like that, just too much work, man.
How
So
did you heal from the trauma then? Cause like to me, I feel like that caused me trauma. Like growing up and being like in a position where you have to be, you grow up faster than you want to grow up.
yeah, I think with me, man, I knew that I couldn't get out of the skin. I knew I couldn't get out of the skin unless I left. I wasn't ready to leave. So I said to myself, I was young. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna have to deal with it. I'm gonna have to deal with it. And one day my mom was like, come on, let me sign you up to football. And that probably changed my life. Because I played football, and guess what? I can compete with Joker that was lighter than me and whiter than me. And I can compete with him, I can get down. Now we on the same field now. Now when we go to school, it's different. But I get you on this field, it's over with. And so the way I start growing up, and my cousins and all, we would always do the dozens. I mean, everybody would do the dozen, so that built my skin. So when I see people talking trash about me and calling me nigga and stuff, man, that stuff would roll off my shoulders. I mean, it's like, and people be wanting to fight, and I'm like, what y'all tripping about? To me, I'm not saying nobody else because I went through a lot. I went through a hell of a lot because of my skin color. A lot of people won't even imagine, so I didn't tell them. But I went through a hell of a lot because of my skin color. But I was a kid. I didn't do nothing to nobody. I was a kid. You know what I mean? So I had to
What
grow
what
up.
kept you so strong headed then? Cause most kids commit suicide like that.
Yeah, I don't. You know what, Jay? I think that's supposed to happen to me because I went through so much, man. And then the people that I seen they were just so light skinned, and some of the brown skinned people didn't deal with me. But the crazy part about it, man, I had older guys that drank and stuff, smoked, and I used to like to be around them when they drank and not smoke. Every time they smoke, I leave. But smoking didn't come to my neighborhood till I got like a teenager or older. But them guys, I could be 12, 13 years old, man, and my buddies would be with me, my light skinned buddies. They would be with me. They would let them drink. They would not let me drink. I didn't want to drink, but they would not let me do nothing that was gonna hurt me. I didn't get it. I appreciate it. I love them. And all my really good friends, they all dead because they was all like 30 years, 40 years older than I am. I was. But they would protect me. They just be just as drunk, and they be mad at me. We better not ever see you. Oh, good. You better not ever. And then they'll pass it to one of the little boys. And I'm looking at them like, why y'all not fussing at him? Why you not fussing at him? Why y'all fussing? I'm just looking. You better not ever fucking drink. I don't play. I'm gonna kill you if you do. I'm just like, what? And I guess
You ain't
that
never
right
had a
there,
drink.
huh?
You never had a drink.
No. I mean, I drunk like my mom. She used to drink a little bit. And one time I came from playing basketball, and I used to love to drink from behind my mom. And I got some stuff, and I was, oh, she said, yeah, you'll stop drinking my stuff now. And she had some looking or something. Oh man, that stuff.
Like,
Oh my
you're a
God.
little different.
Huh?
You're a little different. My auntie
What?
got. Only thing I hated was beer, but everything else during that period of time when I tried it at that age, but I started off with Jack Daniels.
Wow.
By 11, I was at tequila.
You know, my you know, in my neighborhood, man, everybody drank. Everybody drank, and I'm a people watcher, so I watch them. I watch their attitude. I watch how they do it. You know, and I didn't want no part of it. I didn't want no part of it. And you know, going back to the story about the parents in the house, man, we had one household that, and a lot of times the fathers and stuff in the household, man, be arguing with their wife. It'd be so much turmoil going in, but they stay together, and they say it for the kids. But you traumatizing these kids. It ain't for the kids like that. And so, like, it was a family around the block from me. And man, this lady, she was in her husband, they were fighting, fuss. She would see other men, they were fighting, fussing, just in all the time. And they had all these kids, man. They had 4 or 5 kids. One of them, the oldest guy, he went to the service, came back home, really never did nothing. The baby girl didn't do nothing. The other girl, she was in the streets. The oldest girl, she was in the streets, and then she left and found somebody. But they have 2 parents in the household, but the parents was a mess. They fussed at each other all the time. And the crazy part of, man, I used to train in the summertime. I train all the time, but one time I was training in the summertime, and I would beat everybody up, train, and then once I get dressed, I go around the block. So I'm going around the block, and I hear some go, "You motherfucker, I kill you. You ain't gonna never put your hand on me." So then I done popped around the street, and I seen he had got stabbed in the chest, and a knife sticking out. I said, "Oh shit!" I took off running. I said, "You'll never die in front of me." I took off, man. I was like, "Oh my God, she done killed him." He came on the porch holding his, and then when I came back around, the ambulance had came. That joker he lived about 40 more years. He just died about 5 years ago. And she died early this year.
You know,
But
a lot of
but
females been talking about they rather date a dude that grew up in a two-parent household, and it was like I was just talking about that in my last pod because I'm looking at Cam. I'm like Cam grew up in a two-parent household. I know a lot of people have that. Them kids still are broken. Like it's
yeah, they
some.
broken in mess because the parents it's not doing the job. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when them women tell you that, yeah, they saying that because, yeah, if they grow up in a two, I'm just speculating. I don't know what they're thinking, but if they grow up in a 2 parent household, maybe I could have that with him or whatever. You know, it might could be good, but you can't base that on the person because you don't really know a person, because this joker can be from a one family household and doing spectacular. But then you can have a guy that's maybe from a 2 parent household can be doing spectacular. You never know. Just like you say with Cam, you never know what's going on through these kids' head, man. You never know until you sit down. The best thing to do, regardless of where they come from, it's not really where they come from. In a sense, it is where you come from because you bring baggage. You bring a lot of things with you. But if that mate can help you pull that out of you and help you, I think that's great. You know, because some of us, we need help, man. We need help. We need to be able to talk to somebody so we can figure out how to go on the inside to
You know,
where.
I noticed on that you said something about most of the people. I guess like I can't speak for everybody, but usually the father, like the parent in the household, is like it's always a drug that like I feel like that damaged the household in a way. Like either one parent got a drinking problem, or the other parent got a drug problem, or they got an emotional problem. Still a problem, a damaged problem for some situation, some trauma, right?
Right.
So that would lead into my next question, right?
Let, can I
Go
say,
ahead.
you remember when I first met you,
Mm,
and when I used to talk to you, and I asked you about your dad, he was locked up. You hated him. Yeah, I mean, you was so hurt because he went to jail. You didn't say that to me at the time. You didn't want to talk about it at the time. And I would always tell you, he would call you, you wouldn't take the call. I said, AJ, just call. Just please just pick up the call. That's your dad. Just see what's going on. Just he's trying to reach out. Just try it. You're like, coach, I don't want to do it. But eventually you did it. You came to me and your face was just bright. You said, "Guess what, coach? Guess what?" I said, "It must be something good because you're smiling." You said, "I talked to my dad today." You were so excited about talking to your dad because a lot of us, no matter what our dad is going through, that's our dad. We want our dad. We love our mom. No matter what our mom is going through, that's our mom. We want our mom. Now we begin to mature and stuff like that, and our dad don't change and our mom don't change, you'd be like, okay, this chick crazy. Okay, this dude crazy. You know, and it's because a lot of times they don't get help. They don't get the help they need, you know. So we all need help, but the only help you need, you have to take the time for yourself and go within yourself. And then some people have to go within themselves, and then they have to reach out to a therapist or something. That's the only way you're gonna make it. You have to get that help, man. So it don't really matter where you come from. If we all get dealt out different cards. Either we're gonna keep the same hand, we're gonna throw it in for a better hand. If we dealt a bad hand, you're gonna keep it and complain about it. Oh man, these are bad cards. I keep getting bad cards. Well, do something about it. What are you gonna do about it? You're gonna keep running that mouth, or are you gonna shuffle the cards and get a better hand? What are you gonna do? Most of us will not take what we need to do. Most of us will not do it. We're gonna always complain. Then we're gonna look at somebody else and we're gonna complain about them and say things about them. That's why the news is so big, and that's why the media, social media, and all is so big, because we always criticizing everybody else. Just look at it. Cam, all them guys that's talking on them shows, they always criticizing everybody else. They always talking about everybody else. I get it. I ain't tripping.
I think more of the happiness come from me I was happy because I did it more than I don't know, like I can't really think back. I remember all that, but how I feel now.
Oh, it's different now. I know it's different now.
Like
but when you
how I
did
feel
it,
now,
yeah,
like
it's different now.
I
But
don't know. I don't even know how to feel. Like, cause I be thinking sometimes, like, if I see him, what would I do? And it's
right.
just like I don't care no more.
Yeah, because that's what I said a minute ago. I said it's about you to mature and you understand. That's why I try to tell people, don't talk down on a man if he's not in your life. Tell the women, don't talk down on a man. Let your kids see who their father is. That's all. Just let them see. And that's what happened to you. I mean, you wanted your father, like you told me, he left me. He left. You were so upset with him. But then when he finally reached out and you accepted his phone call, you was the most excited little boy. But you're not a little boy no more. You're a man. So now that statement that was then, it don't regulate now. It's different now. But back then, that's how it was. It's nothing like that now.
I don't even
You
know
all
how.
right? You all
I
right?
nah, because it's like I had those moments where it's like where you sit back and wonder what goes through his mind. Like, how could you? Because I look at my kids, man, and I be like, I can't think a dream of missing a day with seeing this.
You know what? You put all that time in there. You put all that time. So you won't miss a day because you have your bond with them is so special now. And sometimes we never really get to bond like that. And he might be in and out, or she might be in and out. We be trying to bond. They trying to do them. They young, they trying to do them. Like my father, he left my mom early. Once I got older, I didn't get mad at him. I understood. I'm not tripping. I understood. Now it's up for me to elevate myself. I got to heal. I got to work on myself. And I said to myself, once I have kids, any kids around me, I'm going to protect them and I'm going to take care of them. That's what I do. I just protect kids and I take care of them, you know? And so that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be better than what my dad, just like you, I told you about that. You're way better than your dad. Your dad you run circles around him. He's nothing like you, nothing like you know? So no
Appreciate that.
disrespect to him, no disrespect to him. He's just not like AJ is. You're way better man he is.
I mean, he got to answer. I mean, I don't know. Like he got things. He got his own demons. He got to deal with. He got to
Yeah,
work.
and he don't know how to deal with them. You got demons that you have to deal with. You dealing with them, and you got 3 kids you got to deal with, and you got to deal with your mama, and you got to deal with their baby mama still, even though you got them. So you got a lot of them. So ain't no excuses. Ain't no excuses. You either gonna strap them boots on and get in the mud and get with it, or either you gonna
That's
drown.
why it's so hard now. Like even when I date, like my kids be like, "When you gonna get a girlfriend?" Like that was the funniest thing in life. Them at telling me I need a girlfriend. They don't
Wow.
even know what comes with that. Like you feel me? Like I ain't gonna bring just anybody around you, but it's like AJ, y'all know?
Right.
They don't know. So it be like, y'all just don't know. Like,
Right.
I'll leave it alone and just let y'all think what y'all like.
Right.
Cause
That's a good
I
thing.
keep that world different. Like, they see the stuff on Instagram, but they don't, like,
They
they
don't.
see that, they know that, but they
Right.
don't know,
They
they
don't
don't
really
know,
know they
like,
did. That's a good thing.
they don't know. I don't even bring them around nobody, like, to even get them no throwback, no throwback stories or nothing. Like, I, I just keep that away. But I see so much of me in them and all of them that it shocks me. It's like, man, it's so stressful dealing with me. I don't know how y'all dealt with me, because I promise you, I
You
be
got
ready to walk out the door.
it's got to be patience, man. But it's patience and then teaching you, and giving you structure. And once you saw that and somebody was behind you, you was like, shit, I'm listening, I'm good. And you just begin to change. So that's why I say the way you at now, shit, I take my hat out to you because I know who you were way back then. So you done did a 365, baby.
But I be trying to tell people, bro. That's why I just stay away and I don't even look to react no more.
Yeah,
I look to stay away from all drama, because it's like,
yeah,
bro, I don't feel like going through all this. Like, people, like, and that's the thing, man. Like, to get on our second topic, like, like, what mindset is like this, and I think that's what makes it difficult for me sometimes, because I know what I broke. Like, I broke that cycle. Why do we have the excuse of other people feeling like we can use slavery or what our parents done or stuff like that to keep us in that same predicament, that same mindset? It's like, if you want to be a good father, bro, do what you got to do to be in your children's
right,
life.
right, right,
But we have this mindset, and it's like, oh, the white man keeping us down, or I don't want the white man in our business. But we look for handouts from them. And
right,
I'm like,
right,
hey, bro, what we doing? Like,
right, right,
what you doing? Like, you contradicting everything we talking about. So it's
right.
like, I don't know, man.
They just don't. A lot of them, man. A lot of the ones. I'm not speaking to the ones that I don't know. I'm just I'm just speaking to the ones that I grew up around. And a lot of them, man, there's so many excuses because I heard that a lot. So when I was young, once I grew up, what I always tell you, no excuses. And
but I
what you
had to cut
tell,
off
and
people because of that one.
what you tell me sometimes, no excuses, coach. No,
I
yeah,
had
you're
to
right.
cut off. And I'm
You're right.
glad you said it, so people understand when I repost this. This is what's been literally drilled. Like, I be telling people, it's like you expect. It's like the people that go to the military and go to war. You expect them to come back the same. Once they've been trained to do something, it's been drilled in them, and they've constantly done this for years and over a period of time. This is who they become. That old person is something of the past. This is who they
Right.
become, and people
Yeah.
don't get that. They look at you as the old person always.
Right. Because they don't feel that you're gonna grow or whatever. And that's the same thing with people's in the neighborhood, man. It's like you can bring something to the neighborhood and to save the whole neighborhood. Since you in that neighborhood, they gonna look over you. A white boy can come in there and bring the same identical thing, less than what you brought in there. And they'll come and tell you, oh man, you could have seen what Eric, oh my God, Eric, he did this and Eric did this. And you be sitting back like, I did all of that and more. But they just don't see you. It's like the prodigal son, man. They just don't see it. They just don't see it. And a lot of us, man, we don't give ourselves enough time to sit down with our own self and deal with our own self. We don't give ourselves enough time and no respect for ourselves. You call it what you want, but there's no respect for ourselves because we won't spend no time with ourselves. No time with ourselves. And I'm speaking of everybody out there. You got to spend some. I'm not gonna speak with everybody to everybody because I know a lot of people spend time with themselves. But I'm saying majority of people that's complaining and not doing stuff, looking for a handout and stuff. Some people need handouts. I get it. We was getting handouts when I was little, but I'm not little no more. I don't want a handout. Just show me the way. Help me get better at what I need to get better at. That's all. Just show me the way and I can do the rest. Show me the way and move out the way. I got you.
Let me ask you this, and I'm pretty sure you used to, you watch a little, mafia movies or just stuff like that, right? Like, when you get handouts, and this isn't anything in life, you could look at, it's something that comes back behind that. So this is where my question lands. Do you believe that the handouts are behind? Because when we talk about handouts, I mean government assistance. When
Mm-hmm.
we look at handouts, because I in my position, I'm a single father, so I know what you can get as a single father as far as through the government. You can get food stamps, TANA, you know what I mean, like all this different type of stuff. But in some cases, and a lot of cases, when say you have a two-parent household, right? If they don't meet, they go over the requirements of or how much they make, you can't get that. So now it's like, are you asking these people to choose to keep the one of the parents to leave the household just to get these handouts? Like, why do you feel like it's like the handouts are like something comes behind those handouts as far as keeping one of the parents? Because I'm not just gonna say it's a father thing since I've in, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna just say it's just keeping the fathers out. You can keep the mothers out too.
Right. But I think if you got a two-family household, then you got to do right about the money. You got to figure out where you at. You got to understand what's going on, because if you need a handout, you got a two-family household, then depends on where you live at. You ain't making enough money. Why are you not making enough money? Either I'm gonna work my butt off, and baby, you go to school and you get this, and because I didn't seen that, I didn't seen people work their butt off. Uh, One lady, she used to work her butt off, and her husband will go to school. And when he got out of school and got a great job, then he turns around and take care of the family. And I've seen that a lot. It's two-family household, but they end up breaking up, but he still was taking care of her because he promised her he was going to take them. They just didn't get along being married, but they got along being friends. She had her own house, he had her own house, his own house, but still took care of each other. But a lot of times with you and the family, you and the two homes, you got to figure out what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing with y'all money? Well, how did y'all get that house? How did y'all get what y'all going? Okay, do you want a Benz, or do you want a little Kia? Or can you afford a Kia, or can you afford a Benz? You got to figure out what you got to do to make it for them kids. And then if you got a plan, then you got to make that plan even better. Because behind the handout, when you get behind the handouts, they want to keep shoving them handouts. They want you to have babies, and then so you can teach them babies, oh, you can slick the government, and you can do that. And then they'll get that to the babies. The babies will grow up, they'll have babies, and they'll keep giving handouts. For we got the whole village sitting in the back, wanting handouts, smoking weed, drinking, hanging out. You're just hanging out, ain't doing nothing to elevate it. Hey, don't worry about it. I ain't gonna do shit until I ain't gonna do nothing to the first. I get paid on the first, then that money will be gone. Oh, I get paid on third, and that money will be gone. So now you got a whole generation of kids, not just black kids doing the same thing their parents doing.
You don't think
Then
that the
you got to
government?
look at, and you got to look at it though, because if you got like rich kids and whatever, they come from a certain family, they have these kids, and then them kids will have them kids, and they'll keep that lineage, keep going, keep going. All the kids get better and keep better until you get this one kid that's sloppy. He gonna be over here. He ain't gonna do nothing. He ain't gonna never do nothing. That's just that kid, but he's still that kid. But he might have his own set of kids. Now he'll go into the hood or whatever, and he'll start at a different generation. And then they'll stay away from him. He'll stay away from them. He don't like them. They don't like him. They just don't like his ways, but he's still part of the family.
Do you think? Okay, so because that would be based off like two parents that have a motive to work, to be together, and to work.
Right.
What about the parents that, or the women or the male that might not even, they're content on a minimum wage job. They don't want more, and they rather kick the father out so they could get child support.
Yeah, that's the breed. That's how we breed. You know how you breed dogs? You got two German shepherds. You want to keep that breed strong, and you want to get another dog. You want to cross that breed, and then it's gonna throw out a certain puppy. And then if you get a puppy that's real hyper and got fire, we call it fire. I used to help train dogs. Got fire, he'll bite you in a minute. To pull that down, because you might have some people that don't want all that heat, that fire. So you get a German Shepherd that's real docile, real skittish, I mean real shy, whatever. You breed back to her. She gonna spit out something, half of him and half of her. He gonna be able to do something when you tell him to do it. But if he don't have to do it or she don't have to do it, just ain't gonna do it. That's just like when you have these kids and when you got two families, she rather get him out because she playing. She don't want nothing in life. She just wants you to have babies. No disrespect to nobody, but she just want to have babies and lay up and have a dude that can lay up with her. He don't have to really do nothing. You know, he can sneak her in the house. She can sneak him in the house every now and then because they don't want you having nobody living with you when they're giving you money. I get that. You
But see,
know,
it's a catch-22 to that, coach, because you have some parents, right, that breed them. I've seen it, and I'm pretty sure you've seen that do the right thing, teach their kids the right thing, but their kids are attracted to the outside life. So it's like it's a catch-22 in that situation also too, because what if the kid don't never get the message or they want to be rebellious and you know what I mean? Like, is
they
it like, or is the programming like the programming of what's being pushed on them? Is that more exciting and controlling of the mind where your conscious see that more as this is more fun than what really needs to be done?
they don't see what really needs to be done. Their parents don't show them. Their parents don't show them, and then their parents is rebellious. They fussing among each other, so the kids see that they're rebellious, and then they see what's going on in the hood. They like the hood, so they don't want to stay. Well, shoot, I see my mom not doing nothing. My dad, he never run. See, they see all of this. You don't think they watching, but all that is programming. They see all this. They see how you moving, and then if they look like you happy and you enjoying it, and then you fussing and stuff, and you happy, they want a part of it. Why can't they have it? Why can't they have the same thing? Why can't I have what my mom and dad have? Even though they see other people in the hood and the other people's acting almost like my mom and dad. What I see on TV, that's fantasy. I can't get that. I can't get that.
So
That's
how do we break that? Because I feel like not every child is like that in the hood.
No, they not. You
But
heard
how do
that?
you break that cycle of just because what you see in your environment doesn't mean there's nothing better outside of it?
That's hard. You have to take them kids out and take them away from not take them away, but weekly or daily, you got to take them away and take them to a neighborhood where somebody that look just like them is doing something so they can see, oh shit, my neighborhood is lying. I could be like this. That's almost saying like the way we grew up with religion. And I ain't gonna get on religion, but the way they taught us, that's totally different. So it's the same way with the kids. You got to change that mindset. How you gonna change that mindset? You got to pull them out of there. You got to get them away from all the negativity because you know when you bring them back, they right back to the negativity. So it's always gonna be more negative than it's gonna be positive unless you stay around the positive. Now you are gonna have that one kid. How they say the fruit don't fall too far from the tree. Yeah, it does if the tree is on the hill. The fruit will fall in a row so far away and won't never come back. And they start their own life and really won't deal with the parents and stuff because they're too different. They're too different
You
because they
know,
want something.
one thing I've noticed that a lot of parents don't do or like they don't push on their kids is to read. Because I feel like once you graduate, whatever, college, high school, you just stop reading. And you depend on the media and the programming of TV to let you know what's going on in the
Why,
world.
why would, unless you a parent that's trying to get it or want best for your kid, why would you push them to read? You don't read, so why would you push them to read? That don't make sense. For them to read and you not to read. Why? I mean, why would you push them to read?
But it's been a lot of, I mean, it's like how many times have we seen that, parents push better for their kids than they want for themselves?
A lot of them do that, and a lot of them don't. A lot of them do that, but a lot of them don't. And a lot of them say, "I want better for you," and not just talking, but look at LeBron James.
Hmm.
You see what his mama did, and he was just that guy. He just came to the planet like that. His mom worked 3 jobs, I think, had 2 or 3 coaches. He couldn't even think he had so much. positivity around him. He ate positivity. He didn't see no negative. He didn't see no negative stuff because he was just so ate up with positivity. So he couldn't do nothing but go the right way. And she fed him all kind of stuff that he needed to be fed, and he ate it. Now look at him. Not saying that other kids can't be like that, because they can, but you got to be fed all the time. I mean, if you sit around, and now it's even harder now because the kids got these phones and social media, man. That's some mind controlling stuff there. So now they got the phones. They can, to control everything they do. They don't want to do nothing without hearing that it had to be some kind of ticking in it. It's always had to be something going on in your mind. And the crazy part about it, man, is so much education on social media. These jokers run from it. They don't have a clue. They rather be having funny stuff. Like I always tell my son, you either gonna work now and play later, or play now and work hard when you get older. So work now, don't play now, because you're gonna get older. You could play and work, but make sure you're working. Make sure you're working and trying to lay it down for the future.
Man, I wish I had. I wish a lot of kids would understand, especially in our culture, of taking advantage of having your parents around. Like, we are the one culture where we feel like we have to prove something by moving out and getting something on our own and struggling and putting all that stress on us. Like, if we like did things as a family and work together as a family to build generation wealth, it would be so much easier. Because I feel like, bro, I hate, like I tell myself all the time, I hate having to be the one to start something. Like you know what I mean? Like
I feel my son is just like that. He's getting ready to move out. I told him, he's standing over there now. Makes no sense to me, but he want to go out and he want to face the world, and you got to let him face the world, because as well as I know, they're gonna get skin up. Because when you go out the nest too early, you don't have a reason but to get skin up, because you don't want to listen. And that's my son. He don't listen. But it is what it is. You got to let them go, man. You can't, you love them and let them do what they do. You already know what time it is. He don't know because he think he know everything. Most of them don't know because they think they know everything. They ain't did nothing, but they think they know everything. So
yeah, I had that conversation with my oldest, my daughter, and she thinks she know everything about life now.
That's killed. That is so funny, man. You've been on here 12 minutes. You've been on live 12 minutes, and you're a doctor of everything now. That's crazy. But they have to go through
everything on their phone.
Yeah. Yeah, but they don't know nothing. They still ain't experienced nothing though.
But that's what I be trying to tell her. I said, so what's gonna happen when your phone get cut off? By taking it, throw it somewhere. You still gotta move on with life.
Right.
So how are you gonna be able to function? See, we grew up, we didn't have this. So we had to function without it.
Right.
And we made ways. We did, you feel me? So that's why I say y'all ain't built like me.
Nah,
it ain't a bad thing. Like,
but they gotta have their own, you know what I mean? You gotta have their own. But like I was telling my son, there's no way I would ever move out. If I had my mom and dad would support me, I'm gonna stack my paper. And it's more important for me to stack my paper and get my stuff together, and then I can step out on my own. If I want to have 15 girls, or if I want to have one, but I'm gonna have my own. I ain't gonna have to wait on you to do nothing. I ain't gonna have to try to help you do nothing, because all of this is mine. All this is mine. You know what I mean?
all right, so that go to my third question then. So why do you feel like females don't date dudes that come from two-parent homes?
I don't know. When you told me, that's the first time I heard that. I don't know. I've been away from people a long time, so I don't know. I've been away, so I don't know why people don't women say that. I don't know. I never heard about.
I can testify to I think why. Because a lot of times now, where growing up, right, the mother used to, well, you better get out there and cut that grass, take that trash out, start that crying. She wanted to make you tough, masculine. She wanted that for you. Now, boys being more cuddled. You get what I'm saying? So you becoming, rather than you becoming like, how can I say this? Like, your emotion like comes with anger, it comes with sensitivity. So now you're more emotional, you are lazy, man. Like the other day, right? I seen a girl pull up at the gas station, dude on the passenger side,
Mm-mm.
and girl was pumping her gas, and I'm just like,
That's what she need to do. If she'd allowed that, I mean, and whoever
I'm
his parents,
looking, and the baby in the back, and I'm looking like,
I don't know how they even parents. I mean, when you see that, you had some horrible parents because you supposed to jump out. And I be wanting to pump gas for women when I see them, but they so offensive now. They so tough now. You don't even bother them.
exactly. That's
You know,
where so
you
man,
let,
they're
you let them
used to
go.
being that masculine now, and
Yeah,
it's hard to
but
even date now because it's like if you gonna be that masculine, but I ain't got time. Like that's not. I'm not trying to date a dude.
right. But you know what you said about your daughter the other day. I mean, a minute ago that she thinks she know everything. They get like that when they older too. What time you gotta leave? What time you gotta leave?
What you mean?
You getting ready to go to work?
No.
Oh, okay, cool.
Work. You gotta pick up some wolf and them later.
Yeah. No, I'm not picking up Wolf. I gotta leave. I'm getting ready to leave in a minute when I finish with it. What you need?
Well, never mind. You can go. I got my phone's not working no more.
There you go. You gotta go up there?
And I ain't gonna keep you too much long. We'll do a part two, coach, because
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. But yeah, man, like just saying like um what you saying about your daughter, man, is like they keep that same stuff when they get older, man. Because it's like the way our parents raised us, why would you change that? Why would you even why would you come in and think you have to change that? I know a chick one time, she was like, my kids, I give them an opportunity to have their own opinion when they start paying bills, when they start doing it. They ain't got no opinion but to get their work, go to school, and clean their rooms. I don't y'all. That's what y'all doing. I don't do like my mama did. I mean, my mama, your mom was in your life and she was not in your life. You know, because you was doing some crazy stuff. You was in the hood. You trying to be hard headed in the neighborhood. Some parents can't deal with that. But then these young girls want to come out and they want to train. I mean, they want to treat their kids different than what their parents treated them, you know, and let them.
I
They
think it's
want
a
to be
mixture
friends.
of both
They want
because
to
I
be.
don't treat my kids the way my mom
You
treated
don't.
them.
You don't.
It's a
You know.
balance.
Yeah. You don't. I can't put you in no category with nobody else because you really one of a kind, man. So I can't do that. But most people will do that. Most people will do the way they go against the way their mom do because they want to be buddies with them. You got some moms like,
Now that I don't like. I get where you going, and I see it when I pick up my daughter at school and the way they be dressed, and I'm like, who raised you? Like, who's
right,
raising you? Like, what is going on?
right,
Like, with all these people out here that's been trying to get these girls, like, it's an app out here that can literally tell you what these people like pedophiles and stuff, and you
they don't
got
care.
well, no,
None of that cares, man. I was on I deal with group homes, kids in the group home, and it's the little boys be trying to run away from foster homes and group home. The little girls be running away, and I pick up some little girls. I don't understand. I'm like, what are y'all thinking? I just don't get it. How would you? The way they doing sex trafficking now, it ain't even safe to be out here. You know, it ain't even safe for grown women. But y'all girls not even thinking. Y'all just jumping out there. Y'all just jumping out. Y'all don't care. If it happened, it happened. I'm sure none of them even think about it. I'm sure none of them think about it. They just jumping out there.
man, look, I be paranoid letting my kids go outside. I let them
You
go,
have to,
but
just like for instance, like my son, we was in Germany. He stayed with me in Germany. I told him, I said, look, you gotta learn how to ride the bus, you gotta learn how to ride the train. He learned how to do all of that. I didn't have to ride. He taught me how to ride the train and bus because I didn't have to. We had cars. The players had cars. So, but and I told him, I said, these people are not gonna mess with you. You need to learn how to go different places. Man, that little joker started going places by himself. By himself. He would go places by himself and he was like amazed. Ain't nobody messing with him. I'm telling you, AJ, it's like Germany, man, your little kids, you would never think about it. You would think about it maybe about this first 5 or 6 months, but when they come back and say, Daddy, oh, we love it. Oh, don't nobody bothers. Don't nobody. I don't know what they done told them Germans, man. I don't know what they done told them. I don't know if they told them like if any of y'all touch these kids, I'm killing your whole generation. I don't know if they didn't I don't know what they told them. That don't go on over there. They don't play that. You see these little kids, and it was hard for me because like I train my players in the morning like at 5, and I'll be going on the I'll be driving. I pass the train station. The kids be getting ready to go to school, and I see little kids 6 years old by themselves. I go up to the mall. I see 5 or 6 year olds walking around, running around at the stores. They all by themselves. It took me the longest. I'm like, where's their parents at? Because I was like that when I was little. But now that I'm grown, I see what's going on. It's crazy over here now. But over there, kids everywhere. Everywhere. Girls used to come see my son. They might be 2 hours away. They'll hop a train, man, and come see him. And it's crazy over there, man. I tell everybody, man, if you could just get out of your hood, all that money y'all saving to buy hair, all that money y'all saving to buy Jordans and all that stuff, put that money up, save that money, travel a little bit, get a lesser pair of shoes. I mean, ain't nobody studying about who you look like. I mean, some of us is like, oh man, he got on Jordans. That is the craziest thing, man, I've seen in my life. I never try to rep stuff like that. But
I'm trying to get my daughter out of that. She'll shoot it. And she'll shoot it.
Yeah, it's not wrong, nothing wrong with having the shoes, but trying to rep different people, like, oh man, he got on Pat Jordans. Man, I know he this and I know he that. And people get so fixated on that. And then they get fixated on the color. They get fixated on this and that. And it's
and you know what's sad about the whole situation? It ain't nothing but the brand. Cause like that they really supporting. Cause if you switch out the name, if you switch out the name and keep the shoe, it ain't like if you give Jordan, like switch Skechers and make like give Skechers all Jordan shoes or how they made and put the Skechers name.
Yeah.
Would it sell the same?
No, unless you put the brand on it. It's about the brand. I mean, it's about that name. That's all. That's what people wear stuff for, because it's the name. It makes them. They so shallow of a person. It makes them feel better about themselves. You got some people won't step outside if they ain't got certain things on, because they don't feel that good about themselves. Now you got certain people don't give a flip about nothing. They just go out there like me. I don't care. I'm gonna wear whatever I'm gonna wear. My wife be tripping like.
But you know who really got
Huh?
what I noticed overseas, they ain't none of them doing none of them wearing like that. I don't really like. I might see it in Canada, but even when I look at Jamaica like that, I don't see them wearing no Jordan. I don't see them. They definitely don't wear it in South Arabia.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't see that. You know what I mean? You got to put it in their face for them to wear it. You know what I mean? You got to really put it in their face. But I was at we was at a mall or something, and one of my players was like, "Coach, you got money." I'm like, "What? How you know?" He said, "Man, them shoes she got on cost about $2,500." I'm like, "What? Them shoes?" So yeah, they 25. They know that because that's the arena they run in. My players, man, they would buy cologne probably no less than 300. I went in their room one day and I told them, I said, "Hey man, let me get some of this cologne." I had just came back from the States. I said, "Let me get a bottle of this cologne." He's like, "Coach, just pick out one." And I'm telling you now, they spent about $350 on them, right? They had about 200 bottles up there. They had bottles of cologne, and a lot of them ain't even open, and probably won't never be open. I said, "Man, let me pick out one. Just get one, Coach." And I'm going through smell.
Is the smell worth it though?
Huh?
Is the smell worth it?
Yeah, some of them. They got one, man, they had. I was like, "Man, this should make you eat somebody else." Oh man, that smell, and it stays on your clothes. You can go in this one cologne. You can go on your. You can go put your, put your stuff up. You can put your stuff up, man, and you can go back to that same shirt or jeans the next week if you ain't wash it. The same smell. It's crazy. But see, they got a little place over there in Germany, man, that all the major players, when it comes to cologne, so you go up in there, "Hey, how you doing? You want something to drink? Let me get you this. Let me get you that." And that's where the players shop at. And they'll call, might be somebody in Europe. They might come down. I mean, London, they might come down to Germany just to get that cologne because a couple of players said that cologne was popping. And that's what they do, man. The players, they meet each other. And then hey, man, I shop here. And that's how they do it, man. and they have all the most expensive stuff because they're making all that paper, man. But I get it. I get it. You know, I can't say if I would, I wouldn't. You know, but 300, like the cologne they brought me for my birthday, it was like 350. I was like, I ain't buying nothing like
What
that.
are the brands for those? Cause I'm
I
like, we don't even
forgot.
sell them down here
No,
over
they
here.
don't. 'Cause my guy sell cologne over here, but he sell a lot online to overseas. He couldn't even get the brand. And then, but now I did. It was a small bottle. My wife loved it. It was a small bottle. It was like $100. I'm not about to be paying that. I ain't getting it. But she got a little small bottle.
Let me ask you this though: it's like, what are they using? Are they using Germany currency or are they
Yeah,
using U.S. currency?
yeah, German.
So how much would it be in U.S. currency?
It depends on the dollar. Depends on, sometimes the dollar's up, sometimes the dollar's down. Now I have come home and I didn't had to transfer a bunch of money, man, and it got, you know, sometime it goes up, and then one time I got hit upside the head because the dollar was down. I thought I was gonna have a lot more money, but I was like, what? Yeah, the dollar was down. So it's euros, you know, it depends on the economy because it could be up, it could be down. You might have this money might be 70 cents on the dollar. Next money might be $1.20. So it really, and then the next money
You
might be
couldn't
the
get your
same,
money like
might be the same.
wired. You had to
Yeah,
go.
but when it wired, you still had to change it through the banks. It still had to go through the banks. You had to transfer it. You got to change it from euros to dollars. You go over dollars to euros. And sometimes I used to like just go over there with more money because I know the euro would be up and the dollar was down. So I do it like that. So I can get my money.
Dang. That's why I don't want to go overseas, man.
But some places, man, the dollar is amazing. Some places, like some of these poor countries, is amazing. But Germany is like on the same thing, on the same level to America. So
But you can use your
what you say?
you have your debit cards you can use over there.
Yeah, I gotta. Yeah, it's still gonna change. The money currency changes, and then I had a debit card over there.
So if I took my debit card over there, I couldn't use it.
Mm-mm. But now you got some banks that you can go in there and you can exchange, but it's still gonna flip. The money's still gonna flip. Now you bringing money from the U.S., but you're doing it through the debit. Still gonna change to euros. So if the euro is up, you get more money. If it's down, you get less money. So if you go in there, you got $5, and the euro is down, and they might give you back $2.50. Then you ready to turn the building over because
Yeah.
like what, man? I just gave you $5. You give me $2.50 back. That's what it is right now. So
yeah, we have to talk about that, man.
yeah,
We're gonna have to talk about that on part 2 because that I don't understand like how that works. Because I'm like, how am I supposed to get my money? Like, how am I supposed to have money overseas and travel if the daggone currencies is just off?
that's how it is. It's gonna be different. Some areas you might go, the dollar's gonna be amazing, and once you transfer into some areas, they use dollars and their currency. Some areas, but it's still even at the same. I hear some people say even if they're using dollars and currency, I would still go with their currency because some of them they try to cheat you out of it. They try to be slick.
So is it better just to bring cash?
You still gonna have to transfer it. I didn't did that. I didn't left. I didn't been at the airport and spending money. Got money in my pocket. Now I go over there. I still have to transfer it. I still have to go to I had a bank account over there, so I go to my bank and I just transfer it. Or majority of the times, what I do, I just go to the airport once I'm.
Yeah, I said, don't they have one at the airport?
Yeah. Once I go to the airport, I just transfer it right then.
What, they give you like a card or something?
No, just give it to you at the airport. You just give them your dollars, and then they just, if you got euros, you just give them euros, and they give you back dollars. If you got dollars, they'll give you back euros.
I guess, man. But all right, then, man. We're gonna do a part 2 of this, man. I'm gonna let you go today, man. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, man. Thanks so much.
All right, we gotta do a part 2.
All right, man. Love you. Keep it free.
Love you too, man. All right.